Euro 2024 is just about here, folks, and kicking us all off will be the hosts, Germany. They're going to take on my other half, of course, Scotland. Who's getting off to a flying start? Who's getting off to a stinker? We'll talk all about it. All of it next. That's right, folks, we're back once again with another video. Today is all about Euro 2024, and we're going to preview the opening game between Germany and Scotland. That's right. Who will get off to an absolute flying start? And of course, who will have got more work to do following the end of this match? We'll get into all of that in just 1 second. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. And again, if you're new, smash that like, smash the old subscribe, and hit the little bell. Of course, your one-stop shop for Euro 2024 is here, guys. And of course, before we jump into this, maybe can, of course, I get a like request from you guys. We're trying to get over 50 likes for this one. I know it doesn't seem that much, but if you can do us a favor and smash that like, I really would appreciate it. It does wonders for the channel, does wonders for the engagement, and of course, it improves your experience here as a viewer. So let's get into it, and of course, look forward to the opening game. It's the Germans, it's the Scots, and it's over in Group A. Ja, alles klar, die Deutschen sind wunderbar. That's, of course, the expectation for a lot of folks heading into this tournament. Germany are a team to watch out for, of course. But let's take a closer look at them as we look forward to, of course, their kicking us off the tournament. So Germany qualified as hosts, of course. They secured that host status on the 27th of September 2018. They've been at the Euros 13 times in the past, winning it 3 times. Back in 72, 1980 and 1996. Currently as a young gun, still between the dugout here, it is Julian Nagelsmann pulling the strings with the star man, for me, Jamal Musiala. Of course, they are in Group A, of course, where they're expected to win this group, 5-2 on. They're also 20-1 on to qualify, and to win the thing, they're 6-1 at the moment. Of course, my prediction early doors, which I've done in a single video, is expected the Germans to win it. So, are they any good? Well, let's take a look at them, of course, and their resume. They kick off the tournament here up against Scotland on June the 14th. They'll follow that up against Hungary June the 19th before they complete the trio against Switzerland on June the 23rd. Top 2 qualify automatically. The third place team goes into a bit of a lottery to see if they're good enough to make it through to the last 16. Alright, folks, let's take a little look at the squad then for the Germans. Some familiar faces are in there, of course, as you can see. Of course, we've got Manuel Neuer between the sticks, more than likely. We've got some young guns in the midfield. Jamal Musiala, Florian Wirtz, of course. Toni Kroos entering his final tournament. And up top, of course, familiar faces such as Thomas Muller, Kai Havertz, of course, who's had a great run with Chelsea. But how do they, of course, start the game? Well, I'm going to take a little look at my expected starting 11 right here with Neuer between the sticks. We've got Mittelstadt, Rudiger, Tah, Kimmich. We've got Sana on the left, Wirtz on the right, Kroos, Gundogan, Musiala, and Havertz is my starting 11. See you by the way. Aye, that's right. Switching gears now to Scotland. Let's have a look at how they got to this stage. They qualified as Group A runners-up. They secured their status on the 15th of October 2023. This is their previous, they've been here 3 times in the past. They've never really excelled at the Euros, being eliminated at the group stages in all 3 occasions, back in 92, 1996, and of course 2020. The manager, Steve Clarke's done a fantastic job with the Scots at the moment. The star man for me is Scott McTominay in midfield, but can score goals and has played further up the field in recent games for Scotland. Group A is their venue, of course. They're expected to struggle a little bit, 8-1 to win the group, 11-8 on to qualify to the last 16 to win the thing, though 80-1 to go the distance. My prediction for them at the moment is last 16. They're going to squeak in there somehow. But realistically, it's going to be a tough old order. Of course, they do start pretty much in the worst possible form or the worst possible situation, where they take on the Germans on the 14th of June, opening day. Then they take on the Swiss, match number 2 for them, June 19th, and they'll wrap up the three-peat against Hungary on June the 23rd. Quick look at the squad then for the Scots then, shall we? Of course, familiar faces, including captain Andrew Robertson. We've also got the back there, Ryan Porteous from Watford, John McGinn, in. Callum McGregor from Celtic. We've got, of course, Scott McTominay. No Lyndon Dykes. He was pulled up with an injury prior to the tournament or prior to the squad. Che Adams, Lawrence Shankland going to be the guys hopefully leading the charge for the Scots. And this is how I expect them to line up here. We've got Gunn between the sticks. We've got Robertson, Hendry, McKenna, Porteous and Ralston making up a back five. I do think they'll be quite defensive in this game. We've got Tierney on the left-hand side. It's a bit of a wild card by me. McGinn, McTominay and McGregor in a four-man midfield. Che Adams leading the line at the moment with players such as we've got Billy Gilmore on the bench. We've got Forrest Shankland as well. Could potentially come on to cause some problems. And Ryan Christie as well into midfield. All right, then, folks, let's take a look at the game itself then. Does take place at the Allianz Arena down in Bavaria in Munich. Of course, these two sides have played each other 5 times since 1992. There's been no wins for the Scots so far, 4 wins for the Germans, and there's been 1 draw. Now, as of recording, I'm recording this early, around about the 7th of June, about a week before kickoff. Germany coming at you with 58% form for them at the moment. Back-to-back wins for them in friendlies, of course. Up against the Scots, though, 17% form without a win in those last 6 matches. Coming into this, Germany have beaten the Scots 2-0 in the past, their highest. They've scored 10 goals in total over the course of those 5 games, averaging around about 2 goals a game on average. Meanwhile, the Scots coming in, no wins so far, but they have scored 5. Plus the Germans over the course of those 5 games, averaging 1 goal a game. As you can see, those last 5 matches, or the previous 5 anyway, since 1992 are down here, with the last match way back in September 2015. Scotland gave up a good shout. 3-2 loss though to the Germans, who won 3 matches on the bounce, stretching all the way back to 2003. Quick look at the bookies, and the bookies have the Germans favoured here, 100-27 to win this game. They are 5-1 to draw, and 70-2 for the Scots to cause an upset on opening day. The public vote is out there, and of course the Germans are favoured here. 84% of the vote so far for Germany, with the Scots 11% and the draw all the way down at 5. Okay, then focus switches now to me. What do I think will happen in this game? Well, now Germany have got it all to do. They've got all the pressure on their shoulders. All the spotlight is going to be on them. They're tipped highly to go the distance in their own tournament in the backyard. So they're expected to win this game. So if they don't, I fear that the fans could get on their case already, and we could see a repeat of some of the previous tournaments, the previous Euros or the previous World Cups, where Germany just failed to deliver, of course. So a lot of expectation and hope is coming on this young squad, with some reliability, less relying with those older fellas like Toni Kroos, Muller, Neuer, of course. Can they do it? Can they get it right? I do think they will get the win, and I'm going to go big on this one. I'm going to go with a 3-0 win for the Germans, which doesn't mean end of the road for the Scots. I still think Scotland have got a long way to go in this competition. They've just got to get this first game out of the way, get used to the climate, used to the tournament itself, and then prepare for those all important 2 games. Of course, those are my early door takes on this one. Now, of course, we are got our own prediction league out there, folks, so make sure you get involved with that. Cutley/Euro 2024. It's absolutely free. Get your own predictions in there, including this game, as well as the rest of match day number 1. But that's it, guys. That is it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I, of course, looking forward to the Euros, as I am both German and Scottish. So, of course, I'm down the middle here. I don't know which way I want to go, but ultimately I think I'm going to have to back the Germans, because I think they can go quite far in this tournament. But I'd love to see Scotland cause some upsets along the way. We'll be back, of course, with a watch along for this game. We've got the preview, we've got the review, we've got all sorts of coverage for Euros. So make sure you smash the like, smash the old subscribe, and of course return for the next games whenever they come around.